Hi, y'all.
Hey.
Um, I'm Magic. Y'all are another couple of people that I've never spoken to before, so I'm really
Yeah.
excited. And
Yeah.
I've been fans of y'all for a minute.
Aw.
Aw.
Yeah, I love Bout Betties, and I loved RDA, and I'm glad that y'all took it over. But for the uninitiated, can you please introduce yourselves?
Yeah. So I'm Taco Bruise Day, and I'm Ratchet's sister.
Nice.
people
And
people
I'm
always
Ratchet.
find out like we're sisters and they're like kind of shocked. So I always have to
Shout it
tell,
out.
yeah, say that. But yeah, I've been playing Derby, I don't know, for about what is it, like 4 years now. I guess I don't know, do I
Five,
count this
five
year?
years, yeah.
I always feel like I shouldn't count this year because Derby's not a real thing anymore right now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We're gonna
Um,
have to
Yeah.
figure out how to account for this for
yeah,
2020.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a blocker. I play at well, I used to play at North Texas Roller Derby in Denton, Texas. But yeah, that's me.
But you're moving soon. So
Yeah, I'm. It's a little bit chaotic right now. I'm actually in the process of moving to Kansas. So once Derby's back up again, I'm excited to like check out what Kansas has to offer.
yeah. Well, I'm Ratchet. I've been skating a little bit less than Taco, but I'm kind of in between right now. I'm in Nebraska, but not sure if I'm going back to Derby after all this hot mess of a year. I've been really getting into outdoor skating, so that's kind of where I'm living right now. But yeah, we started About Betty's, 5 years ago in March. So this
Yeah.
coming March will be 5 years. And
That's cool.
yeah.
So, so did you taco hip ratchet onto skating or like derby, or how did that come about?
Um, I guess kind of. We pretty much came into it at the same time, but like so I always like feel weird telling the stories because it's a little bit shameful. No, but I feel like it's everybody's story.
Yeah.
My our really good friend, her name's Brix. She plays up in New York. Her and I were watching Whip It one when it first came out, and we are like, oh my god, that's amazing. I want to like learn everything about Derby. And we're all ex-military, and so as it goes, we all kind of just go our separate ways. And she started playing, but I moved and I didn't start playing right away. So we were kind of living vicariously through her. And then Ratchet and I were like, you know what, let's do this. Like, we've been talking about it forever. But like, yeah, Whip It's what kind of piqued our interest.
You're part of the whippet generation. Before
Yeah.
everything paused, we were saying that there's been the whippet generation, and then with birds of prey, there's going to be like the birds
Mm,
of prey generation.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
Pandemic
then
may
the
have
and
like
then
its
the
own
TikTok.
generation. Yeah,
Yeah, the
TikTok,
TikTok
right?
people.
It'll be
Yep.
interesting to see. And so dope. And then, so how did About Betties? How did the idea for About Betties start?
So we
um,
actually
Or
had
explain what it is
another.
first.
Yeah, so it's a roller derby subscription pack that you can get monthly. So once you sign up, you get derby to your front door, your mailbox, whatever, and it comes to you every month. We curate it, we design stuff, we partner with like big businesses, small Etsy shops, everybody in
artists.
between,
Mhm.
artists, all of that to create really fun packs every month. And it's been really awesome this year because obviously we don't have derby in our life, but you can kind of still get it. You can get that feel for it for until all of this is over.
Yeah.
But yeah, before this we actually had another subscription box, and that was when our friend Brooks was like, well, is there anything like this for derby? And we were like, no, I don't think so. We did our research, and there was kind of that gap there between your big skate businesses and then your skate shops and all that in between. So we were like, well, maybe we can be those people. So that's kind of why we already knew how subscriptions went. We were like, okay, let's just do our research. And that's kind of how I got started because I used to live in Augusta, Georgia. I went and I was the creepy guy on the sidelines, like watching them practice. And I was like, with my notepad, like, what do these athletes need? What do they need? And then they'd be like, come with us. And I'm like, eh. And then one time I was just like, you know what, let me just do this, and jumped on skates, and it's kind of been that ever since.
Yeah.
So have y'all never skated on the same team? You've always like
Mm-mm.
No,
have you played against each other?
We scrimmaged with and against each other at least twice.
Like early days. Like, so I was still like, we were both still deer on ice type. Like it was like I think it was probably my first scrimmage ever that I scrimmaged with you. I don't remember.
We went to Chattanooga for baller shot callers clinic that she had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that was really fun.
That was fun.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so cool. Wow. So, and then I feel like I've seen y'all at Rollercon though.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like not even in Rollercon have they all like played together or?
Well, we're always so busy. We don't even get to like, I've never skated at Rollercon. I've done a couple of like classes, but I've never like skated. And I'm always like from the booth, like looking like, oh my God, it's so amazing. And then I'm single tear, like, but one of these years, and I told myself that it's like, cause last year I was pregnant during Rollercon, but this year I was like, yeah, I'm gonna skate. I'm gonna join some like scrimmages. I'm gonna do this, and this. And then it got canceled. And I was like, womp womp.
Gosh. And then, so how did RDA get in the picture?
Booty.
So we've been friends with Booty for several years now. And she just got to a point where she wanted to move on to bigger, better things. And she was like, hey, here you go. We're like, yeah. So
she just like randomly reached out and was like, would you guys be interested? And Rachel's like, Ratchet, she's the like go-getter of the two of us. I'm always like, oh God, like I don't know. Rachel's like, yeah, we can do this. And I'm in the corner like, like, I don't know. And so it took her a little talking me into it. And she's like my like hype man, I guess. She's like, yeah, we can do this. Yeah, like let's do this. And so we were like, I guess, like, because we didn't want RDA to like just wither away, So we're like, okay, we'll try it. We'll see. Like, we have the same coaches. We brought a couple more coaches on. So it's like the same feel, and it hasn't changed as far as that goes. With
it sounds like it was like on a silver platter. Like, how could you say no? Like, that's amazing.
It's essentially the subscription format. So it's like, okay, we know this, we can do this. It's just we're both not fitnessy people. We're not fitness trainers. We're not coaches. Well, we're not fitness trainers. So having the coaches already established was a great way to kind of segue, because they have the knowledge and they have the expertise, and we're just like, okay, we'll run the back end, you run the front end, take care of the clients, and we're set.
Like operational stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow. And then, so where did you get this like subscription knowledge? Did you like run a similar business beforehand? Or y'all like business?
No, we just willy-nilly, always willy-nilly.
Just like learn on the way, picked it up as
yeah,
you
really. Yeah.
That's
Our first business together was a custom fabric design subscription box. And because we're designers and artists at heart, so we love drawing and creating stuff. And so we brought that into fabric and teaching people how to sew. So we offered like a sewing option, and then also a like a non-sewing. So if you didn't want to sew, you could like glue or like that kind of thing. So it was just a craft box. And after that went away, it was kind of like an overlap between that and Bout Betties. And then we were just like super jazzed about Bout Betties. So we were like, move on to the next thing. And so again, we design our own apparel, design stickers and all kinds of fun stuff. And when we can't, when we're too busy, we collab with other people like Mixed Hues and awesome artists that can, kind of fill in the gaps, so we can introduce people to like new designs and stuff like that. Because we're all about shouting out other people too.
And that's a good segue into my next question, because I feel like y'all are big on the collaborations and the partnerships. And also, don't you kind of donate a portion of your your revenue, whatever. To like leagues and
well, we started that. Yeah, we started that, I believe in our first year. We were like,
in the very beginning.
we're not paying ourselves, but we can help the community. How do we do that? What does that look like? So we started donating portions of each month's revenue to local like leagues. We started local and then we kind of branched out to international. This year's been kind of weird since, nobody's playing or whatever. So we have kind of branched out to just people and organizations that we like really love. Like we donated
And
to
causes that we
causes
about.
like the free border skate. We did that a couple months ago. We did missing
murdered
Indigenous women last month, because
Mhm.
we're biracial, so that's one of those things that kind of hits home first.
Yeah, we're half Navajo and half Black, so like we have all the feelings for all of the things.
Yeah.
Of course. That's yes, I love that.
Yeah, but that's something that we've always felt strongly about was collaborating, but also donating and making sure that, like, I mean, and it's nothing huge, but like just being able to give a little bit to a league, especially if it's like a smaller league, that like like help them out a little bit. So that always makes us feel good.
Something is better than nothing, always.
Yeah.
And it's always like it's the intent matters too. And and I think that like also having this like platform, you inspire others to follow along and to like chip in and do their own thing. So that's dope too. And I love that, like, bridge building, as like not just like considering yourself Black or Indigenous, having to choose. You're just kind of like bringing it all together. That's awesome. Taco, I have a question for you. You said that Ratchet is like the go-getter, the kind of like what would you say your forte expertise, what you bring to this? Or maybe I should ask Ratchet.
I rein Ratchet in. That's my that's my thing. I'm like, but should we really? That's like always like my thing.
We joke that she's Mr. Moneybags because she like runs the finances and all that part of the operation for both businesses. So I'll be like, oh, let's do this, this, and this. And she's like, we can't afford that. Like, stop it. So she's that, but she also does like anything you see, like mostly graphics and like the website and all of she went to school for graphic design. So that's kind of what she does.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then so like what is some kind of like, I don't know, factoid or something that people don't know about y'all, or like not y'all, Taco and Ratchet, but that too, but I mean like either Bout Betties and or RDA.
Ooh, what don't people know?
That's like,
well, the thing is, so over the past couple of years, we've tried to actually bring our faces forward in the businesses, because the derby and the skating community is very small. And so when you see like big names or like recognizable names, you're like, I wonder who's running that company. I'm always like wanting to like about us pages and like seeing people. And so we've tried to make it a point this year and really big next year, is we're trying to let people know who we are and like what we stand for and like what we're about. So I don't know if there's anything that people wouldn't know, just because we try to push it out to people and let people know that we're real people and we're skaters and we're not some big corporation pretending to be a small business, because we are definitely not that.
It's, and like she said, that's something she had brought up and saying how we need to start like putting our faces out there and just like letting people know that it's these two sisters that are just skaters and just want like have a love for the sport and everything. But I'm like, the whole time I'm like, oh God, don't make me, because I hate like I love and I appreciate that you're doing this this chat with us, but I'm like, the whole time I was like sweating, like anytime I get off of videos like or like have pictures that like include me in it, like you'll know that I'll have like a sweat rag next to me because I'm so like freaking out and have so much anxiety and like
and I just wear like a sweatband the whole time.
Yeah, just always.
Taco, legit same. Like if you look on my Insta, there's like no photos of me. Like I'm just like I always be like, everyone, like people's faces, not mine. So I hear
it
you.
makes
No
sense
worries.
that you started a podcast then doing that first.
Yeah.
You're like, just listen to me, don't look at
in which I talk to others.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, okay. And then, so what are like the different price points? Like, is it too? Do you have like, is it too like elaborate to
Um,
discuss, or what do you
as
think people
as
might be
far
interested
as
in? Mhm.
like for both
Like, what's
business.
your most popular? I guess I should say, like your what people like.
For Bout Betties,
Yeah.
we have our full pack, which includes a an apparel item, a gear or like accessory item, and a sticker, and that's 35. Um, and then I guess for the RDA side, um,
The most popular would be the MVP plan, which gives you access to like coaches helping you out and stuff, and like preloaded workouts in your calendar in the app. And that I believe is
yeah, I'm brain farting on that.
30, 35 a month, but we do it in 3 month increments. So it's about like a little over 100 something.
And it's like
Let me
unlimited.
Google it really quick.
Yeah.
I know.
You're good.
We
Yeah,
cut that
check
part
out,
out. Oh my
verify
gosh.
with their website. Everything's accurate on the website.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it's
okay,
been a long week.
cool. And then, so in
It's
terms
been
of
a
like the
long
Bout
year.
Betties, word, this, yeah. I don't know if it's like December 10th or March 10th anymore. I'm like,
Right.
Yeah.
go with it. So in terms of like sizing, do you have like an ample array of sizing for folks? Would you
Yeah, we
say?
go from small to 3X.
Okay, great. That's good to know.
Mhm.
And gender inclusive, I would assume, if you know your
Yeah.
demo, your market.
Yeah, and that's always something that we struggle with, and have always struggled with, because it's a like Bout Betties is it's a subscription service, so it's kind of a surprise. You don't know what you're getting. So there's months where we try to, not all people like to wear the same style of clothes or the same type of stuff. So like sometimes we'll try to send like kind of more neutral fitting, nothing that's like super tight or form fitting at all or whatever. But then there's people that are like, I hated that because it was so big, or it was this and that. And then you have the opposite end where it's like we send something that's more of just like a certain cut, and then somebody else is, so like it's so hard. And that's the thing that we struggle with a lot, is like we want so badly to please everybody, but it's literally impossible.
It's like
Yeah.
one thing a month, right, for everyone. So it's not like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not like you can be like, give me something a little more neutral versus a little more. It's like,
Yeah, it's the same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, and that is something we would love to offer, but it's just me and Rachel, and we both have small children, and we
it's not
don't
that
have the
feasible.
capacity to like
Yeah.
to make it that big and like give people options and stuff like that, because it's literally
It's
like
also
Rachel
money.
and I just like packing the packs like every month, trying to like make sure they're go out on time, and chasing kids away while you're doing that. And
Right. And that's you know that's those are I don't want to say like breaks, or I don't want to say like necessarily give it like a negative connotation, but that's the difference between being a small business and being a two-person operation versus like a transnational corporate that like
Oh yeah.
ships stuff from factories that underpay
Oh
folks,
yeah.
right? Like I think that's
Yeah.
probably
If we
Mhm.
had way more money, we would be doing all of the things, and that was
all
the
the
goal
things.
from the beginning. It's like, but derby is so niche. It's like you only have a small pool of people that you can be pulling from, so it's it's limiting in a way, but it's also really cool. Like with this year, there's so many new skaters that are coming out, so like eventually some will translate to derby, some won't, but we're just trying to cast that wide net to anybody on skates, because you can still enjoy the same stuff even if you're not doing derby. So
Have y'all like tried to appeal, or how do you handle the like the beach skaters, the ramp skaters, the park skaters, like the jam
yeah.
skaters? Like how does
Well,
Bout Betty's
you see it
approach?
you see it in our social media more than anything, just because we try to make sure to highlight all skaters. Like, yes, we are centered on roller derby, but again, with this year, it's thrown everybody for a loop. But like we've always tried to share that there's ramp skaters that also play derby. So we love sharing their content, because there's so many people doing really awesome stuff out there. And then we try to make sure to share like new people too, because it's funny. Like I said, this is our almost 5th year, but like when people are like tag their friends on our posts, they're like, "Oh my God, Bout Betty just shared your stuff." You're like famous now. And we're like, it's just us. Like, why are you so excited?
We're nobody.
But we just love sharing everybody at all different skill levels and different body types and like all the experiences, because we know people aren't the same. Like you can have a million different interests, you know, and be doing all of the things.
Mm-hmm.
So you can really see it in our social media. It's a little bit harder in our packs, but we try to be mindful of the things that we do include, so that, you know, you can have your fitnessy people taken care of with the gear that we manufacture, and then like maybe we include like something that like bowl skaters will like. So it's a big mix of all of the things.
Yeah.
And we were talking about earlier about how this year is kind of like a really weird year in terms of like quantifying. How has this year treated you, and like the lack of a season in terms of the business, and how has it been for y'all?
It's been tough. I mean, just being real, you know, it's with people losing jobs and, you know, like having their situations change. Our products and services aren't a necessity, like just, you know, and so that a lot of the times is the first to go, and that's completely understandable, you know. So it's been tough, you know, like trying to adjust and like just stay above water. And yeah, but we're hopeful with the upcoming year, you know, hopefully we can you know, get back on track and actually pay ourselves.
That would be nice.
Yeah. But yeah, we're so grateful. Like it boggles my mind when we go through like every month. Like, Ratchet's usually the one that packs the packs, but sometimes I will too. And like when we print the shipping labels, we'll go through and we see names that have been with us for years, and we're like, oh my God, like it brings so many emotions, because we're like, you're amazing for like supporting us, like we're just saying, like we're nobody, you know, we're just two sisters that are like trying to do some fun stuff, and then we see these like people that are like have been a dedicated, you know, member for I mean even 6 months, a year, anything, you know, showing the support to us. It means so much, because you know, we just are trying to help out our family with you know, we both have 2 small kids, a husband. It's what we do.
And people don't necessarily have to do like the subscription, right? They like get like a one-off box, or like, do you have those kind of options?
We have a shop, and you can buy, if we're not sold out from the month, we'll usually put our products into the shop, and then you can buy like a one-time box or one-time pack that just recently went out. So yeah, there's different options.
We also have, which is great for like the holidays and stuff, we have one-off boxes for like people that skate that just had babies, or if you're like an NSO, or like if you were recently injured, we have all those types of like one-time packs that you can just gift to people. We understand that. Yeah, we understand people don't want to sign up all the time, like monthly, because, you know, finances are hard, but like we just want to be able to give that little gift, provide that gift for people.
That's cool. Okay, so I think those are my questions. Do y'all, I guess I want to like, is there anything you want to say, or
I wanted to, for RDA, it's $49 a month. Sorry.
For $49 a month for the MVP pass.
And we do it quarterly. Yeah.
And it's like unlimited, right? It's
so with the MVP, it's cool because you get your coach and they like set up the plan for you. Like you literally don't, if you're like struggling and I don't know what to do, or I don't know how to work out and blah, 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 like you can chat with the coach in the app and tell them exactly what you want. And then they'll like hook you up and get you set up and get like your calendar set up with everything you need and all of that. So it's pretty nifty.
Sweet. Sweet. Awesome. And what kind of like athletics is that? Just
it's like derby cross training, you know, like it's derby inspired, and it's very minimal equipment, a lot of off skates training, but like 99% of the things you don't need equipment. So there are some people that actually enjoy using equipment, so like you can tweak it and stuff like that. But we wanted to make sure that I get Booty, you know, when she started, wants to make sure that everybody has access to training that can, like, you know, get their endurance up for that 27.5 and like just overall derby performance, which is pretty nice.
Are you guys like promoting some sort of plan to keep people keep their muscles and what have you and their endurance up while we're on this hiatus? Is there anything like that?
Yeah, we offer the free basics builder, which is just it's like a 1-week course to kind of see what is included when you get the app. You get workouts preloaded for you, and you get to do fun things. But then when you actually get the plan, then you get more like in-depth stuff. Right now, we're really pushing team training, just because after like 9 months of like not really doing anything, a lot of leagues are starting to come to the realization that it's going to go on for a little bit longer. What do we do now? So I guess we can officially announce it here, but like our coach Johnny is training Rose City for the team training. So that was a really big win for us, because we're like, oh, that's so awesome to be able to help them and their skaters. But that's just an offering that we have for you to pool up your members and be like, hey, let's all work out together and let's all, you know, stay active and moving. So that's our big thing right now that
you hear that, folks? You too can train with the coach who's training the top team in the WFT.
I know, right? Yeah,
Johnny's awesome. She skates with Atlanta Roller Derby, so she's amazing, and she's
holding space with Magical Realism follower Rose City Rollers. Hello. Happen to be watching. I was just like, hello, when I saw that notification. Okay. Anyway, back to, I'm sorry. Just derailed that conversation. Awesome, y'all. That's great. That's good to know. That's awesome. Are like with teams, or like if any leagues are interested in adopting your services, what should they do?
Yeah, they just go to our website and hit the team training tab, and then they can enter their information to like get more information from us, and then we'll reach out. And like, it's nice because with these being, you know, COVID times and everything's just so like crazy, we're able to like kind of modify and like gear it specifically to what that team's needs are. It's not like cookie cutter, everybody gets the same thing. So if your team needs something different, we are like, what coach works best with your schedule, and what can we do to make it work for your team?
Excellent. Excellent. I love it. Okay, Ratchet, do you have anything else you'd like to end this on?
No, I mean, I think that was good.
Dope. Okay, well.
I thought of something. Sorry. We're gonna be, well, we've announced it, but I'm saying it here to hold ourselves accountable. We're starting a podcast for small businesses. Because she just hates it when I say it, but we're serial entrepreneurs. We've been grinding since 2009.
Serial,
maybe?
like multiple? Because I'm over here thinking of like Cashy, like
like multiple, constantly, all the time.
Sorry.
Doing all the things. Like we're both not made to work for other people or work for
the man.
The man. So yeah, we're all about like trying to do our own thing and create.
That is what's up.
Stuff for the need for it. But yeah, so the podcast is gonna, Jess, do you want to tell the name?
No.
We're calling it Small Business Mullet. So it's party in the front, business in the back. because we want to be the resource for any small business. It doesn't have to do with derby or skating or whatever. Just any small business that is like, okay, I'm opening an Etsy shop. What do I do? Or I want to start, my Shopify. How do I do that? Because we've been doing this for a long time, and it costs a lot of money to have your own business. Like if you want to be successful, there's tons of like business coaches and like programs that you can sign up for, but that's really expensive. So we just want to be able to be like, hey, this is what we learned with WooCommerce. Let's talk about that for 15 minutes.
Yeah, and the thing is, we want to just do like she said, bite-sized episodes where it's like a 20-minute quick thing on like, hey, we're going to talk about WooCommerce or WordPress today. Oh, and then on top of that, we're going to be interviewing other small businesses as well. And like, what is your struggles and what are your wins, So yeah, we're excited about it, but I'm like,
heck yes,
scared at the same time, the huge. You got
to
rain back in.
Yeah,
I'm starting to sweat right now. I'm a little bit shy.
Respiration.
So if you'd love to be part of the podcast, we would love to have you to talk about.
Likewise, we might need to do like a crossover, like a Jetsons versus or Jetsons meets the Flintstones.
Hey, I'm down for it. I like it.
That would be dope. Yeah, because I've been actually in the back of my mind, just like I have all these ideas in terms of future episodes, and one of them is like talking about like ethical entrepreneurship and like how like values that are important to y'all, and in the small business or in the business realm when it comes to Derby and to being a person of color, being people of color. So that would be dope. I would love that.
Yeah.
If y'all are interested and y'all are down, I'd love to have a party.
Always.
A party mullet. A party mullet moment. That would be amazing. Yay. Okay. Well, that's all me. Thank you again for coming on. This was a blast.
Thanks for having us.
Good to meet y'all. And we'll be in touch. Let's take this offline to then take this back online. I don't know.
Yeah. That's where we live, so we're always online.
I know, right? Y'all, when was the last time y'all were actually, that might be depressing, but like, have you, being in all these different states, are y'all able to be in the same space in the same time zone or zip code even?
Every once in a while. It's very rare. But like I said, I'm moving to Kansas and I'm only going to be like 3 hours from her. So that's huge. So I'll be able
improvement.
Like drive to each other and help each other out and
packing and stuff. Yeah.
That's great. So dope. Well, y'all have a good rest of your night. Thanks again.
This is
awesome and informative, really fun. And so folks, what are your handles? What are your Instas and websites? And let's close on that. And where can the people find you?
We are at Bout_Betties on most of the things, all the Instagrams, Facebooks, and interweb things. So just, it's usually
Betties.com and
RollerDerbyAthletics.com.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you, folks. Have a good one.
Take care.
Well, bye.
Bye.